Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. We have been contemplating on the process of meditation and entering into the state of samadhi. We saw turning inward, diving within, crossing layer by layer and entering into the deeper aspects of our existence. I and my existence. We have two existences, bodily existence and spiritual existence. We transcend all the layers pertaining to the nature, prakriti, and enter into the real existence of mind's spiritual existence. We saw we are entering into the sheath of knowledge, jnana, Vijnanamaya kosha, where all my knowledge, what all I have acquired, lives after lives as well as of this life, the whole thing is there within as the integrated knowledge in the Vijnanamaya kosha. Whenever I want, I see an apple, the understanding of an apple comes, there is the, from knowledge, inner knowledge, it comes to mind. From the Vijnanamaya kosha, the knowledge appears, this is apple. Understanding, knowledge comes. So, it is in the integrated form. Each time, whenever I want anything, it comes as separate, individual knowledge. Whole knowledge fund is there. Not only that, it is not only the fund of this world of relativity, but it is the door to the transcendental. Because I am still unable to transcend and go beyond and see myself, or I am interested in seeing God in the form, I remain established, or I remain in the Vijnanamaya kosha to see, to observe, to get the direct knowledge of God with form. We saw in the last few classes how the God manifests the Chaitanya, all-pervading Chaitanya, taking a shape, a form, and presenting itself for the sake of bhakta. Sri Ramakrishna says, like ocean, here and there because of excessive cold, becoming ice blocks, like that, God out of the love of devotee manifests as the impersonal becomes personal and manifests in the form. The nirguna becomes saguna, saguna sakara, nirguna nirakara becomes. This aspect also we saw. The two lovers cannot remain for long separately. Years pass in experiencing each other. In the ocean of bliss, it is like a bliss floating in bliss. Bliss swimming in bliss. He is himself Ananda Swarupa and experience the Ananda, ocean of Ananda. It is like a river entering into ocean and enjoying the ocean, becoming one with. So, before we enter into the totally get dissolved in the Nirguna Nirakara form, we see many aspects of God. After a few, when God understands or you understand, I have seen God. There is no more doubt of existence of God. I am experiencing God. I am touching, seeing. Sri Ramakrishna says to Naren, God can be seen, touched, talked to, and experienced directly, and more real than I am seeing you. So clear, so that reality you can understand. What is that reality? This looks like real for us. When people complain of the world, oh, or praise the world, oh, you are still here. Means you are giving the validity of the seeing world, visible world, as reality. What the world you are seeing in the real world is only your superimposition. You are seeing according to your mind this world. Each one is seeing his own world according to his knowledge, his understanding, his experience. A child is seeing a world, old man is seeing a world, a person who is educated is seeing one world, a youth is seeing one world, old man is seeing his world, a jnani is seeing a world. Jnani is seeing which version is real. I read one book, then my vision, my perception is completely controlled by what I have read that book. I read scriptures constantly, then I see divine, seeing divine here. I go on reading books on ghosts. I will start, even dream I will start seeing ghosts. It is, my mind is preconditioned by what I read. That's why we request not to read novels or anything written by anybody except the realized souls. It conditions your mind. You can't know the reality. So when jnani sees, he sees God everywhere. He sees divine in everything. He sees divine in everybody. He sees a world of divinity. So here, when he sees God face to face and experiences God, it is more real than the reality. And when he comes down, he sees a different world. He sees the world he was seeing earlier no more. When he went to meditation, when we went inside that day, when he could enter into Vijnanamaya Kosha, till he went, he was with all knowledge of the scriptures, blessing of Guru, mantra in his tongue, everything was there, but he was still a fool. Same fool used to go, sit and meditate for hours and come back as the same fool. Now, this day, when he enters into Vijnanamaya Kosha, he no more returns that fool. He retains a saint. He is independent of the bodily existence. He starts sitting in the body like sitting in a car. So separate, so independent. So here, after going and seeing, what I am trying to explain to you is what is reality. Because people ask, what is the proof that you have seen God really? It may be your hallucination. They transcend the mind and go beyond. Not only body, senses, mind, they cross over and go beyond. Transcend the whole Prakriti and go beyond. What proof to say? A blind man was asking, what is the proof you say something called seeing? Or what is the proof that light is there? What proof can we give to a blind man that light is here? We have nothing, no proof to give. What proof can we give to a blind man? We can only say, when you get an eye, by grace of God, someday if you get God bestows you some vision, or makes you at least experience this world, what it is in your dream. Your dream body gets eyes and you see a world, then you will understand. Arjuna himself could not see God. God says, I will give you Divya Chakshu. You can't see with the Charma Chakshu me. So that Divya Chakshu you get when you see the world, it cannot be explained. The first sign of a person who has entered into samadhi is he is free from kamini kanchana. He can never see a woman as woman and man as man anymore. He sees the divine. Second thing is, he doesn't have any asakti for any kind of enjoyments in the world or possessions. It doesn't, no more values money as money, wealth as wealth, power, worldly power as power. This is the important sign. He is free from kamini kanchana. For all aspects of, he cannot possess anything. He cannot keep anything as mine and yours. So, that is the one thing we can surely say, that the only thing that we can understand at our level, a realized soul is this much. His devotion, his knowledge, his understanding, his viewing is exceptional. Beyond anybody can conceive. And he becomes so humble. Maybe he is extremely strict to himself, strict to his disciples, strict to some certain places, but he melts away at a very thing which is divine and good, great. And even a disciple, if he finds a disciple is doing extremely well and humble, he becomes his servant. Like God becoming servant of his bhaktas. In saint's life you see the same thing like that. You will see the realized soul becomes this immediately servant of, I remember Tapasyananji going to Ramana Maharshi. Ramana Maharshi comes out with a bucket of water running. He is a college student. Pours the water for him to wash his face, hands and feet. Takes him inside. Gives him idli chutney. What? Tapasyananji, after coming, he says, I did not see anything what a realized soul, Jivan Mukta is, except that he showed motherly love to me. And in a realized soul, Tapasyananji Maharaj was seeing a ordinary person. And what Ramana Maharshi was seeing in this ordinary person was, a God has come to his door. He is running with water, pouring water in his hand. Ramana Maharshi is seeing God in Tapasyananji Maharaj in his college days. And college boy is seeing an ordinary person there. And that vision perhaps made him, Tapasyananji Maharaj, also a realized soul. That one vision, one meeting with a saint transforms the life. He blessed, yes, my child, one day you will be in my seat, you will understand what I am. That he doesn't know what to say or what to do. Even I don't know whether he bowed down or not. But he blessed him. This is the sign of a realized soul. So, anyway, when we enter inside and get the vision and get established in the reality of God and in the form, Rupa, Saguna Sakara, and he no more, he has any fall from the status. He can never enter the world again, world of sensuality or senses. To that extent, he can no more see a man or woman in the world, he sees lighted lamps. After that, God goes on changing his forms. A day comes when, suppose Sri Ramakrishna, you are your Ishtadevata, you have seen God as Sri Ramakrishna in your heart. One day he will ask you, have you seen when I was born as Krishna how I looked like? Then he appears in the form of Krishna. Then you will wonder, what is this? Who is this person? You start doubting the God now. He was beyond all doubts. Now the question comes, how could he change the form? Krishna was born in some time. Same question Arjuna asked. Then Vivaswan was born somewhere, sometime. And after many months, again you see him. You want to see me when I was Rama, how I looked like? He shows his another form. Then he appears as Durga, as Vishnu, as Shiva. Then he comes to understand forms are, rupas are one Swarupa. Rupa is there, Swarupa is there. Nirguna Nirakara can appear in any form. According to the need, he appears in various forms. He appeared as Narasimha. Various. Varaha, Narasimha, all these aspects. So, after showing many aspects, slowly he takes you to the Nirguna Nirakara, the formless aspect. Then each, like a mother dresses the child in various form and enjoys his company, and each time the child puts on a new dress, how much mother loves him to see in that form, and how much grateful and gratitude the child expresses and joy he expresses, builds up the intimacy between the two at a different level. They were intimate. Now the intimacy is of a different nature. It is not only bhakti and prema, it is mixed with jnana now. Oh, God has no limits. I was limiting him to my form, and he appeared to me in that form. If he had not revealed himself in various forms, in various ways, I would have limited God to be only this and fought with the others. Your Durga is not God. Your Krishna is not God. My Ramakrishna alone is God. You are so, then you see Shuddha Jnana and Shuddha Bhakti are one and same. Bhakti took him to that state. With love of God he entered into Savikalpa Samadhi and got the understanding God is unlimited. Any form, then difference between the form dissolves. Name and name dissolves. He can call God by any name. No, just like mother calls Guddu, Chinnu and all that for many names. 108 names mother will give. Sri Krishna Kamalanatho. Like that, he goes on, see, then you see, in each life, he had done sadhana with different devatas, with different mantras. Now he'll see, all those are one. In the same thing I was here as Hanuman I was worshipping. There I Rama I was worshipping another life. Another life I worshipped as Buddha. Another life as something else. All that come together. Then the Sahasranama comes. Vishnu Sahasranama. Oh, you are limitless. Tumi ananta, tumar bhab ananta. You are infinite. Your forms are infinite. So this understanding, this knowledge, new knowledge dawns with new visions. And now the intimacy between God and the devotee is entirely at different level. It was out of pure love that they were one till now. Now, in the jnana form also he finds oneness. In bhakti form also he finds oneness. How Sri Ramakrishna simply says in a simple words, Shuddha Gyan or Shuddha Bhakti Ag. Here you will realize that Shuddha Jnana, Shuddha Bhakti is one. Just like Mana Eka Bara Hari Bol. যেমন বলনার উচিত ছিল তেমনি বলনা. How it was necessary to be told. Once you call on God, it is sufficient. How many times you have called? We did not call as it should be called. Mana ek bar hari bol is in a particular state of mind. When mind has left all other things and Hari alone is there. Mana ek bar hari bol, and mind also must be one there. Our mind is split. 100 minds and one part of the mind is going to catch Hari, 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 and other things are telling idli, idli, idli. How hundreds of thoughts are in that Hari also is one of the thoughts that's all. Like that, Mana, Ekabara Hari Bol. The Mana must be totally one entity, integrated personality, calling on Hari. So here we see this aspect that Shuddha Jnana or Shuddha Bhakti is ek in this state when he has seen God as one as many, many as one. Now in this knowledge the intellect start dissolving, heart also start dissolving. Intellect is holding on, this pure intellect charged by consciousness, Chaitanya, Chinmaya, Buddhi. It is filled with consciousness, it is fully conscious. It can understand God. It can understand the reality of jnana of the God. And on the other side, heart. It can understand God, love God intimately. Jnana has a different type of intimacy. Bhakti has another type of intimacy. In this intimacy, dissolution is of different type. The whole being is getting dissolved. All aspects. In Nirvikalpa Samadhi, when you enter directly, the self remains the self. Buddhi with Jnanendriya and ego goes into Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Senses also merge because I am denying the Savikalpa. Ego also merges in the intellect. Intellect alone, charged with consciousness, expands to the cosmic level. It's called Akhandakara Vritti. Mind takes the form of Brahman. The Buddhi takes the form of Brahman and dissolves in the Brahman. Maya disappears. Akhandakara Vritti comes and to dissolve. There, Buddhi alone is there. Self is in the self itself. My existence has only Buddhi, ultimately. Even senses are merged. In Savikalpa, senses are there, Buddhi is there, ego is there, mind alone is merged in the Buddhi. I am able to see the form and enjoy the form. In Nirvikalpa it doesn't have. But when you go through the Savikalpa to Nirvikalpa, direct going to Nirvikalpa, only Buddhi is getting dissolved. Ego is merging in Buddhi, senses are merging in Buddhi, Buddhi charged with Chaitanya becomes Akhanda, it takes the Akhandakara Vritti and dissolves in the Absolute. Satchidananda Sagara, it dissolves. It experiences limitless bliss of eternity. Now, when you go from the Savikalpa, there is heart expressing love. That is, his Chaitanic existence, his self, the Atman, is pouring out itself as love. The subjective ultimate is pouring out into the objective ultimate in the form of love, and the whole Prakriti concentrated in Buddhi as the Chinmaya Buddhi is merging in the Absolute. Two-way entering into the Nirvikalpa. So here, after all this, he enters into Nirvikalpa. There is one, the impersonal Absolute, Akhanda Satchidananda. He experiences, and will of God brings him back, making him experience the impersonal aspect. You are seeing form. I will show you the root of the form also. From here the forms was appearing. This is Nirguna Nirakara. And when he comes down, he doesn't come down to the Vyuthana sthiti of the waking state. He lands in the Savikalpa from the Nirvikalpa. And in Savikalpa, God, again the God takes form. Bhakta also takes forms, God also takes form. And God says, I have shown you today everything. What all a human can see, all that I have shown you. I have shown you the forms of God. I have shown you the formless aspect. I have shown the Rupa and Swarupa also. But this joy, this freedom, total freedom, eternal freedom from the nature, from Sukha Dukkha, from Janma Mrityu, being in the everlasting life of transcendental existence, I have given you. I have blessed you with mukti, liberation. You are a liberated soul. But none of your experience you can share with anyone. Go and tell anybody, I have realized God. All right. Bye. Then he has become mad. That's all will be the result. You can't share what you experienced, the freedom, what bliss you experienced. What is that Satchidananda Sagara? Nothing can be explained. So now look here now, the Ishtadevata. Now I will take the form of mantra. The form slowly condenses into mantra. This is the mantra. Then God says, see, I have taken the form of mantra. This will be there as knowledge, jnana in your Chaitanya. Anytime you can give me to others, holding on to that. I am, he is giving God in the form of mantra. When initiation is given, it is not words, it is not symbols, it is not the only Bija mantras. There is life, it is living, it is conscious, it is power, it is Chit Shakti, it is Chaitanya. This mantra is pouring God into his ear. When the mantra is given, if the disciple is not yet ready, the words go enter into memory, and Chaitanya and Chit Shakti enter into Karmashaya. In the Karmashaya, where the karmas and tendencies remain in the heart of man. The whole lives after lives karmas are stored there. Karmashaya. In that Karmashaya, this Chit-Shakti and Chaitanya of the mantra goes. When he does, with great love, the disciple who receives this mantra does with great love, mantra becomes again mantra Chaitanya. It is like giving a motorcycle to a, not motorcycle, aeroplane to a person. He doesn't even know how to open and enter inside. Goes round and round every day, makes pranam and comes away. When it comes to know how to open it, enter it and start it, it becomes a power. It can fly. Mantra is like that. When mantra becomes mantra Chaitanya, it is a vehicle started. It has become power. Otherwise it is a matter. It is as good as stone. You have to carry motorcycle on your head. It will not carry you unless you start it. So mantra becomes mantra Chaitanya and he gets the vision of God. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.